Welcome to our first-rate reads at the Sterling Heights Public Library. My name is Jadwiga, and as usual, today I will recommend to you a few book titles that I enjoyed reading. Today we're not going to focus on any specific genre or subject. Instead, I will point few titles that they were published this year. So if you like reading recent releases, you might find something interesting. I will start with new releases of two authors that I already talked in my previous videos from this series. So feel free to check episode number 1 and episode number 4, where I talked about Ruth Ware and Fredrik Backman. First book that I am going to talk about is Anxious People by Fredrik Backman. Anxious People is a humorous, charming, and wise novel about power of friendship, forgiveness, and hope that can save us even in the most anxious times. We can meet a would-be bank robber who disappears. We have a crime that never took place, and a group of anxious people who have more in common than they think. In the apartment open house, we have a group of people: a wealthy banker, a young couple who is expecting their first baby, 87-year-old woman, an older couple, and a mysterious man who locks himself in the bathroom. They all have some grievances, hurts, secrets, and passions. All of them, including the bank robber, need some sort of rescue. This very mixed group of people becomes the worst group of hostages in the world. In these unusual circumstances, they learned a lot about themselves. With his delightful sense of humor, Backman delivers the novel that shows you that even in the messiest settings, there's always place for the light of hope. If you like this book, please try another titles by Fredrik Backman. They're really great. Men Called Ovi, Brit Marie Was Here, Beartown, Us Against You, The Deal of a Lifetime. My next pick belongs to a British psychological crime thriller author, Ruth Ware. I have read every book by this author and I'm a big fan of her writing. What I truly like about her books, every one of them is very different. They are very well written and they keep you in suspense. Her newest publication, One by One, is situated in a cozy, beautiful rusting mountain chalet. Eight co-workers from a very popular social app are coming for the off-site company retreat. From the beginning, the atmosphere is very tense, and it gets even more complicated when the collaboration goes wrong and an avalanche hits. Suddenly, they're cut off from the world without electricity, and their survival is the priority. Next to that, they will have to struggle with the murderer amongst them. Who can you trust? How many members of the company will survive? Is the death of some of the team members an accident? If not, who is responsible for it? If you want to answer these questions, you will have to read this entertaining book by Ruth Ware. In the guest list by Lucy Foley, the characters will be also cut off from the world, but this time they will be stuck on the island. In this book, we are following the wedding of the charming and handsome groom, a rising television star, and a smart and ambitious bride, a magazine publisher. They planned their wedding on the small island of the coast of Ireland, and that is where we meet the guests. The story is told by different characters: the bride, the plus one, the best man, the wedding planner, the bridesmaid, so we can get to know the events from different angles. It should be the perfect weekend. but as you suspect, it is not. As the festivities begin, resentments and jealousies mingles with best wishes. And then someone turns up dead. It is a very engaging book that makes every character suspicious. Every character had a motive to commit a crime. But the question is, who did it? The mystery gets more complex with every page, till it brings us to the solution. My last pick for today is All Adults Here by Emma Straub. One day, Astrid witnesses a school bus accident, and it triggers memory from her young parenting days. Suddenly, she realizes that she was not quite the parent she thought she wanted to be. Now, with 3 adult children, she sees the consequences. Additionally, she is taking care of her teenage granddaughter, Cecilia. And it is possible that only Cecilia and her whole family understands the courage it takes to tell the truth to the people who you love the most. This novel is a mixture of wisdom and humor. It tells the story about adult siblings, aging parents, high school boyfriends, coming out. It points the lifelong effects of birth order and the other things that follow us in an adulthood, whether we like them or not. This is all for today. Thank you for watching this video. Please check previous videos from our First Rate Reads series on our library Facebook website or SHTV1 YouTube channel. Take care.